Hey, this is Christy Renea here from Rewire, trying to figure out how to use Zoom again. There we go. Um, Christy Renea with Rewire and Christy Renea Healing Ministries. So first of all, I want to tell you, somebody asked me, what is Christy Renea Healing Ministries? And that is actually my 508c1a. It's a private membership, basically, that I never really talk about except to say that's what this is because it puts me in the private. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So that's what that is. And if you want to be a part of it, all you have to do is watch my videos, or I was going to say go to my website, but I don't have a website anymore. Just basically watch my videos, get on some of my classes, and that puts you in the club. And outside of that, you can just look it up, see what it's all about. You can actually find videos on YouTube about creating 508c1as and exactly what they are and what they can do for you. Having said that, I want to talk really quickly about the Saturday night class, which has been fantastic, and I've gotten some really crazy cool feedback from different people. But to this week, got a little issue. Somebody's coming into town, which I was not expecting. In fact, we are expecting them within the hour. So we're going to move to Sunday because they're only here tomorrow. So we'll move the class till Sunday at 3 p.m. So if you can join me Sunday this week at 3 p.m., what we are going to do is kind of continue in the path that we're on, basically finding our true selves. We are going to do a little protocol that I did not too long ago that I found absolutely fascinating, very fun, very interactive. So it required information going back and forth, done in a group setting, and had magnificent effects. So I have basically learned how to do it. I actually think it's something I've done before, but not exactly like this gentleman did it, not exactly like he said it. He helped me understand it in a different way and just made me go, oh, shook something awake inside of me. And which is exactly what we're trying to do, right? Is wake that part inside of us up. So that's exactly what that did. And in that place, as my internal eternal being, as that spirit of this physical body, asthma does not exist. My lung issue does not exist. And I have found that super interesting. So we're going to do that and kind of go through it the way he did it, the interactive. I usually do it silently, but it was very interactive the way he did. So we're going to do that. So come prepared, drink water, be hydrated. No really need to have a pencil or paper handy, but I always take notes with stuff, even with my eyes closed. I'm sitting there scratching things usually. So however you need to do that, that's awesome. I want to talk for a second about the live recap from Howdy Mikowski. How's that going? Have you tried to do any of it? If you only can do a part, or you're like having a hard time sorting it out and getting started, a great place to start is just doing the go to bed at night and go through your day backwards. Just that part alone, I'm hearing from people who have watched that recording of me reading that chapter and saying that's what stood out to them. And they were like, oh, like that's the easiest thing you could do. So that's what they started doing. And that by itself has changed their daily walk. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm super excited that people are getting those kind of results. So if you can't do anything else, if it's too much to make a list of everybody you know, or if it's even too much to sit and listen to the path of negation, which is a simpler form of the life recap, right? If it's too much time, whatever the too much is, or the too little, or whatever it is, if all you do is that go to bed at night and go through your day backwards and before you go to sleep, what I have noticed it doing for me, and I used to do this all the time, one of my old clients called me and was like, you used to talk about this. You used to do this, going backwards through your day. And she was like, why did you stop? And I was like, I don't even know. I don't know when I stopped. I don't know why I stopped. I don't know what changed. I don't know if I thought I was finished. I don't know. I don't know what that was. But in doing it again, what I'm noticing now is that every day is new. Like every day was new before, unless you drug yesterday into it, which is what most of us do. But when you do a day recapitulation, you wake up and it's the energy is new, you're not dealing with yesterday's stuff. It's amazing. It's literally amazing. Okay. With the path of negation, we went all the way back and got to a place before conception, so preconception, before the egg and the sperm were a thing. That moment before that, who were you? What were you? These questions are huge because once you came into this form, we're told we're this form. We're all the issues of the form. We're whatever happens to the form. We're whatever the form becomes, right? I became a chef. I became an energy healer. I became a personal trainer at one point. Like in this lifetime, I've had many lifetimes. It's what it feels like to me. I've been a wife and a mother, had children, and it all seems like it was separate parts and pieces to my spirit. Very weird how it feels. But if you can get back to that place before conception and realize what that energy is and that feeling, stop there. Don't come back in telling yourself a story. That's where some people have made an error. I won't call it a mistake. It's just an error in the way you came back through. Don't come back through telling yourself a story. Because if you're telling yourself a story, you're still of the old mindset. You didn't really release, right? You were holding on to peace, like, I'm going to hang on to this because when I come back through, I'm going to need it to make myself somebody. No, right? That's where we mess it up. Go through, release it all, find that feeling, and then hold on to the feeling. 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, feeling. It's this feeling, it's the feeling, it's this feeling, it's the feeling, it's the feeling, it's the feeling. 58 years old, 68 years old, 78 years old. And that feeling, I am that. I am that. If you feel that, you can get there, memorize it, don't let it go, get up and walk around in it, right? Open your eyes, move around in it, let it become more of you, more of you, more of you. Pretty soon, that'll be who you are, and you won't be the old person, right? Act in it, be in it. I can't say it enough. Once you do that, you're going to realize at some point that you can do this quicker. What you will find out is that with the path of negation, and I'm going to start as 60 years old, and I'm going to say 60 years old, and then I'm going to inhale, and on my exhale, I release. I'm going to go all the way back, preconception, in one fell swoop, right? I've done it a few times, things have loosened up. I release, I release, I release every year. I'm 60, inhale, exhale, I release. Preconception. The end of my exhale, I'm preconception. Feel it. Can you feel it? Can you feel it now? Feel it. Once you've got it, memorize it. I always work on memorizing that feeling, right? From my head to my toes. I let that feeling start to really tingle. Let it grow, let it expand your heart space, let it get bigger, let it get bigger, let it get bigger. And then come back forward. Inhale, exhale, inhale again. I accept. So now you're inhaling, accepting, come all the way back to 60 or however old you are. I don't think about anything I've released. I don't think about anything I have gotten rid of or moved or don't want anymore. I don't think it like that. I don't think of any of it like that. I'm trying to think of how to explain it to you. When you're at peace with anything, I wrote this down the other day. When you're at peace with anything, your peace will remain through everything. This feeling is that peace. Your spirit is that peace. It's not a feeling you get or have, it's what you are in this space. If you put information to anything, so say from the past, and I allow it to connect with information of emotion, it will do what it will. It does what it does. It always has. It's never changed. Does it make sense? But if I remain in peace, I stay as my spirit form. How do you know when you're there? Somebody had said it was a decision. Just make the decision and be that. And it doesn't seem to work that way. It's not like it's a decision. A girlfriend of mine said this the other day. It's not like it's a decision. It's just clear and apparent, and it just happens. When you've been practicing and doing the work and doing the stuff that it takes, and the field gets clearer, the information of the clear that's blocking, that's causing issues, that's making you stay in your past, the focus inside of your head, inside of your skull, allowing that information to keep rattling around. When you suddenly have done all the work, it just like, it's so clear and apparent. You're just like, oh, I get it. I see it now. And then you become it because you've seen it. You can't not. You can't not. Excuse me. So memorize it, feel it. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, on the inhale, come back forward. Back at 60. Holding on to that feeling. Now I'm going to get up and walk around it again. That's really the part of the practice that makes the most difference, is feel it, get back up and walk around in it. Don't let it go. Don't let it leave you. If it does, sit back down and do it again. Inhale. Exhale, I release. Conception. Before conception, feel it. Let it grow. Let it get bigger. How long does it take you? Like, try and figure out what span of time does it take you to allow your true self to emerge. We're waking it up every time we engage with it. It's not you that are asleep, the physical form, the brain. That's not what's asleep. It's your spirit that's asleep. We're waking it up every time we engage in it. Be there, feel it, let it get bigger. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Now, inhale, exhale. And on the inhale, I receive and bring that energy all the way back forward. 60. You feel it? Every time I lose it, I do that again. I can do it standing, I can do it sitting, I can do it laying down. I can do it driving in a car with my eyes open, totally, the whole time. I practice that. I can do it with my husband sitting on the couch watching a TV show that I don't particularly want to watch, but I want to sit with him. I can do it when my son walks into the room and throws something at me sideways that I'm just expecting because he's my son. Do you hear what I'm saying? You've got this. It's not hard. It is not hard. They have lied to you about how hard this is to wake your inner spirit up. Of all the lies we have been told, that one is probably the worst in my head, and there are some bad ones. But to tell you that you can't get to your own spirit and become your true nature, your true self, and the people who teach this stuff make it way harder than it needs to be. This is not hard. It is not hard. Do it in the shower when the water's running. Do it in nature when the wind is blowing. talk to the spirit, talk to the angel of the air, talk to the spirit of water, bring it into your system. Yeah, sit in front of a fire. Do it in front of a fire. The elements that this is made out of respond when you do something in front of the elements. It's like, oh, hey, here you are. There you are. We get to play again. That's what I've got for you today.